Okay, alright guys, welcome back to your second PHP tutorial. Uh, on this tutorial, we're gonna create our first Hello World program using PHP programming language. Okay, firstly to create our program through a PHP programming language, as I've said on the previous tutorial, we're supposed to have a software which is called XAMPP. Okay, to get XAMPP, what you have to do is just come to just my screen recorder is jumping out. So let me come here and go to XAMPP here. Okay, and then you're gonna find the XAMPP control panel here. Okay, then after you press that control panel, you're gonna have almost 5 modules here. Here is Apache, here is MySQL Server, here's a FileZilla, Mercury, and Tomcat. For our tutorials, we are going to concern only about Apache and MySQL here. So to start Apache here, we will click the start button here, and then it's gonna take some time, and then it's gonna run. The Apache server is gonna have some ports. It's gonna be on port 80, and we're gonna have a MySQL here. To start MySQL, we're gonna come here and press start button here. Okay, so our service is running. Okay, it is running successfully. Okay, you'll get a notification message here. Okay, so whenever you want to create any file through PHP, what you have to do is that you're gonna come here and you're gonna come to your text editor here. I'm using a Notepad++ text editor. So to create my first PHP file, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna save this file as save as here. Okay, but you are not gonna save this file anywhere. There is some specification or some specific folder that you have to put whenever you're designing a website in a XAMPP software. Okay, first you have to come to the C drive here, and then you're gonna get XAMPP here. Okay, I already installed XAMPP in my C drive. If you are using other context, you can locate XAMPP through your drives. Okay, so in my context, I'm using a C drive here. Then I'm gonna go directly to the XAMPP folder. Then I'm gonna come to htdocs. Okay, if I'm using a WAMP, what I have to do, rather than having htdocs, I will encounter some folder which is called www. Okay, I will store my file there, but in my context I'm using XAMPP, so I will go directly to htdocs file. Then I'm gonna give it a name. Okay, in my context, let me give it a name called Tensai. Okay, then after this file name, I have to give it some extension file. Some extension. Okay, the extension for a PHP file is said to be .php. Okay, just keep in mind, whenever you are saving a PHP file, it have to have an extension name called PHP. Then I'm gonna press save here. Okay, so our first basic syntax is gonna be, whenever you are designing a website through PHP, you're supposed to have a tag like this. Okay, there is some less than sign here, there is a question mark, then the PHP name follows, then you're gonna have a closing tag which consists of a question mark and a greater than sign. Okay, whenever a piece of code that you are writing, you have to embed these codes through these tags. Anything which is outside of this are not going to be readable for a PHP programming language. So any piece of code should be written through this tag. Okay, since we are making for our first Hello World program, to display anything to the user, you have to use a built-in term for a PHP which is called echo, which stands for to display something to the user or output to the user. Okay, in my context here, the first program that I'm going to create is that a program that will display hello world to the user. So since hello world is a string, or since it is a group of character, I'm going to embed this word into double quotes. Okay, there is one double quote here, there is another double quote here. Anything that you want to display to the user, you have to put through these double quotes. Okay, here I want to write hello world. Okay, I have already done writing hello world here. Whenever you finish the line into a PHP programming language, you're supposed to have a semicolon. Okay, so that your program will execute successfully. Then I'm gonna save this file here, and to execute PHP programming language, or to see the result, I'm gonna go to my browser here. I got a browser, I'm using Mozilla, and then because I'm using a local machine, I'm not using any other external servers, I'm gonna write local host. Okay, local host meaning I'm using this computer as a virtual machine or a virtual server. That's what a local host stands for. Then I'm gonna type the file name. Okay, my file name is tensei.php. Then I'm gonna type tensei.php here. Okay, when I press enter, hello world will be displayed to the user. And I guess this will end up my second tutorial. On the next tutorial, I'm gonna show you guys how to use comments in a PHP programming language. I'm gonna show you about the case sensitivity, and beside we're gonna play some little bit about displaying strings to the user. And I want you guys to stay tuned. See you guys on the next tutorial.